Hello, my lovely potatoes, and welcome to Huevember Week 2. So, for week 2, we are getting into the reds, pinks, and purples. And for the start of this, I thought Page of Candy might be a good start. I didn't want to do something too complex, so this would be just appropriate. And as we go on with the week, you might notice a little bit of a motivational slump, but it's not noticeable yet, I hope. So this candy cane and this little candy thingy, no, it's not a candy cane. It's a lollipop. Yes. um was a bit of a warm up for the week because I kind of needed it. And I pretty much thought to myself that why not draw something delicious? Day 2, I thought still doing something comfortable but also challenge myself. So I just actually decided to draw a bunch of roses. Well, a few roses. Okay, it's just 2. You got me. But hey, at least I'm kind of trying to get those roses pretty nicely. And I mean, just look at them. So, yeah, I drew some roses and they actually turned out pretty nicely if you look at them. And I got a little bit further into a darker color. So I was actually first looking at the color and then thought, yeah, roses. And I had to be very, very careful with that big brush pen because this thing tends to leak a lot. And I usually have the problem that I kind of get a bit uncareful with that brush pen, but it worked out well. As you can see, didn't happen this time. I really, really like the dark red to pinkish color. It's a bit of a dark magenta in this case, and it was a lot of fun to work with that one because I kind of like those dark reds that are going a bit into the Bordeaux. I think that's the right word in English. It's definitely in German, but I'm not sure about the English. So maybe correct me if I'm wrong there. Yeah, and that's day 2 of week 2. Day 10. Well, for day 10, I wanted to draw something cute. And what can't be cuter than drawing a little owl? Oh, just look at his adorable face. And this time I also used my brush pen to do the line art. So this actually worked out pretty well. I had to keep my attention on it not leaking, which is why I used a little bit of toilet paper on the side. And as I said, it worked out pretty well. And for the watercolor face, I actually used a little bit of salt in the background, so it gives off this nice splotchy effect. And that turned out to be a really good decision. I mean, you can just see how it's cauliflowering in the sky. I love how it turned out. I really love how it turned out. At day 11, I had a bit of trouble to know what to draw actually. I was really thinking about it. And I resorted to fan art, so I'm really sorry. But at least it's a Pokemon. I love Pokemon. And since I am a really big fan of ghost types, I decided to not draw my favorite ghost type Pokemon, but Gengar will do. Especially because Gengar just perfectly fits into our next hue. Well, I did the eyes a little bit too dark, and sadly, my try in doing more salts didn't really work, which made me a little bit sad, but it still looks pretty good. I gave it a try. I tried it, and it looks okay. It's not too bad. At least I could save it a little bit with the white gel pen, not gesso pen. That would be interesting to have a gesso pen. Though, what for? I gotta admit, day 12 was probably the worst day of that week, and I really love The Binding of Isaac, but I didn't like how this one turned out. And Tainted Bethany is actually my favorite character, so it hurts even more to see how I kind of fudged that one up. You might not see it, but I see it so badly. The line art is not as I wanted to, and the colors didn't turn out the way I wanted them to. Well, at least I did it. Day 12. Tainted Bethany from The Binding of Isaac. Love that game. It's my favorite game to wake up with, actually, to get my brain going. Day 13. Well, after this disaster of day 12, I thought I might draw something that is a bit more my cup of tea. Well, I was actually scrolling through my Instagram feed and I saw a very good friend of mine. Shout out goes to Insecurity Comics. And one of her OCs, well, one of her characters of one of her comics. And to be honest, this person was the reason why I actually started drawing. Back when we became friends, she was already drawing. She's about a few years older than me, I think 2 or 3 years. And when I saw her drawings, they were just awesome. Her line work was already great, and she did a lot of great character designs, and I just wanted to be like her. I really just wanted to draw just like her, or at least close to what she was doing. And I still admire her skill for storytelling and character creation, because God damn it, Bea, you're the reason why I started doing this. You know that. God frickin' damn it. And last but not least, day 14. And for this one, I took another very inspiring artist that I've been following since Inktober of, 2018? I'm not quite sure. It was definitely quite a while ago. And who I'm talking about is Miriam Tilson. Her artwork is giving off a very, very special vibe because it's in the realm of surrealism, and it's so packed with emotion that you can't not be inspired by her work. So I kind of emulated what she did, but put my own spin on it for quite a while, trying to figure out what expresses me the best. I think I managed to do that pretty well. I'm not sure though. And yeah, I was really struggling with this brush pen when I filled out the background, especially because actually I should have probably used a brush to fill the background with black. Mistakes were made. I probably need a new cartridge for this brush pen soon-ish. Though I also honestly really like the little texture that you kind of see here and there for those backgrounds. And my biggest fear was messing this one up because I really, really liked the sketch. This sketch was was so good in my eyes that I had to actually scan that in, and then I had to scan the line art in because that also went pretty well. And then it came to watercolor, and I had so much anxiety. I was so afraid to mess this up because I really wanted it to look good. And here we are. It actually doesn't look that bad. And as you could see earlier, I was actually also looking up some references for the straw and also for the little baby birds coming out of that little nest. It really worked out. And I love this piece. I love it so much. Ah, I would say this is the best, really the best one for this week. Well, I hope you liked the video. If yes, like, subscribe, do the other things, and have fun with whatever you do.